interactive model. In the last video, I have shared regarding linear model. In that linear model, we have seen 4 models. Okay, so in this video, we are going to see about interactive model and the 2 models in that. Okay, first model is all about Westley and McLuhan model. Westley and McLuhan model communication suggests that the communication process doesn't start with source and the sender. It may be another thing, can also be the external factor, can also be the environmental factor. Okay, let me say an example so you will be clear with that example about this model. For example, you are way to your office and you are witnessing an accident. Okay, a road accident. What you are doing is you are calling your friend and informing what you have seen there. Okay, then you are calling your boss and informing him that you will be late a bit. Okay, so what made you to call them and share the message? So the accident which you witnessed had made you triggered there, or it stimulated you there. So that is the point where you called both of them and shared the messages. So that is what all about the environmental factor. That is what Westley and McLuhan talks about in this model. Okay, the second model is all about Osgood and Schramm model. So Schramm further refined this model with Osgood. He states that communication can't start at a point or end at a point. So he says this model as a dynamic model or a circular model in nature, suggesting that there is no separate sender or receiver. For example, the sender can also be a receiver can also be a sender, vice versa. So here in this model, feedback is given prime importance. Okay, so let me say an example for this model also. So this example also helps you to understand this Osgood and Schramm model clearly. For example, you're calling your friend, who is your college friend. It's been 15 years, you guys spoke each other. So you guys met each other. Let's keep like that. Okay, so you guys start sharing each other what happened in the 15 years of time. You guys start updating each other. Here, you and your friend equally share the messages. You guys start encoding and decoding there. There will be equal amount of encoding and decoding there. Okay, you both start interrupting each other's messages. So this is all about the Osgood and Schramm's model. Okay, so you guys would have understood these 2 models with the easiest examples which I gave you. Okay, so next primary model is all about transactional model. Transactional model. Transactional model is a further advanced model or advanced version and emphasizes a spontaneous feedback. Okay, so here in this transaction model, message flow is a multi-directional in a multi-directional way. Okay, so here there is the feedback is all about real-time feedbacks. So in transaction model, we have 2 models. One is all about Barnlund transactional model and second one is all about Helical transactional model. So in Barnlund transactional model, sender and receiver spontaneously transfer messages and they can also swap the roles here. And most importantly, the messages can be, the communication can be verbal and non-verbal here. So that is the major thing here, and that is why it is called as a complex model. The transaction model, that is why this model is called as more complex model. So here let me say you an example. For example, this model is all about a field of experience. Okay, here in this model, context is also been shared, and here you can feel that the relational dynamics. Okay, let me say you an example here. For example, you are talking to a person, so saying him that, hi, how are you, so the person from the other side say that I'm good. So here the context is being shared, the message is being shared, as well as there is one thing is being shared there, that is all about the relational dynamics is also being shared. The context, hi, how are you, I am good, is all about how they are saying. It's all about how the opposite person is feeling, and they are telling the dynamics, the field of experience, the situation over there. Everything is being shared in the message as well as in the conversation over there happened. So this is all about the Berlund's transactional model. Here in Dan's helical model, Frank Dance proposed this model. Frank Dance in 1967. Okay, in 1967, Frank Dance proposed the helical model. He says this model about the spiral kind of model. Okay, so this model is all about more complex model. Okay, what he is coming to say is all about life experience. He shares about this life experience model. He says that if a child is being born, and if from there to the existence of life there is a conversation, the child is being keep on communicating. Okay, that is what he is coming to say. First, if a child cries, okay, he or she for a food to his parents, okay, and or intentionally to grab the attention, child cries, he or she, there the child starts communicating. Okay, second, if the child grows, he or she starts going to school or college, they start their communication using word. So here Frank Dan says that from the birth of life to the existence of the life, people starts communicating. Okay, so this is all about Dan's helical model of communication. So in this video, we have seen about four models. Like first one is all about interactive model, and second one is all about transactional model. So this video is all about the part 2 video of 8 models of communication. Okay, so let me share the part 1 video in the links in the description. Because I have shared these 8 models as part 1 and part 2. So I hope this video helps you regarding models of communication. Thank you.